My journey shaped the carnivore entrepreneur system through 4 clear phases. 2000 to 2006, the party years, ages 16 to 22, lived with no limits. Good money, living with my parents, and minimal care for my health. Strength training, 2 to 3 focused sessions per week with progressive overload. The key is plan, being intentional with the 20%. Then you don't beat yourself up causing stress. You also have rewards to look forward to. Over time, you find your rewards becoming healthier too. I've spent thousands on books, courses, and programs. Christakis and Fowler, 2007. Healthy habits spread through social network.
Welcome to the Carnivore Entrepreneur Show, where health unlocks true wealth. It's time to reclaim your strength, ignite your energy, and live life with purpose. Master your body, sharpen your mind, and dominate your path. Live life how it's supposed to be lived, on your terms. Let's go.
Chapter 11. Why do you keep making the same health mistakes despite knowing better? I've fallen into every health trap possible, often more than once. My journey shaped the carnivore entrepreneur system through 4 clear phases. My 4 health transformations, 2000 to 2006. The party years, ages 16 to 22, lived with no limits. Good money, living with my parents, and minimal care for my health. My plan was simple: work hard, party harder, go to the gym when I can. I smoked, did drugs, ate junk, and thought sleep was for the weak. Then, one morning in 2006, I woke up unable to breathe. My mum rushed in with my inhaler, fear in her eyes. That moment changed everything. I became a personal trainer, but I hadn't truly learnt my lesson. 2010 to 2014, the comfort trap. I got married, had kids, and quit my fitness business for a stable corporate job. My health slid downhill so slowly, I barely noticed. Worse eating habits, more drinking, less exercise. The changes were tiny day by day, but stacked up until I was in the worst shape of my life. 2020 to 2022, the money mirage. COVID hit, our business exploded, Kay and I crossed the 7-figure mark. With money came luxury trips, fine dining, and more drinking. I thought money would shield me from health problems. Wrong. My back pain returned badly. I got hooked on painkillers. I traded health for money, not realizing I needed both for true lasting wealth. 2023, back to basics. The real turning point came in 2023 when our business suffered because of poor habits. I reconnected with what I'd learned in 2006 and the changes that freed me from the comfort trap in 2015. I became focused on turning my body into a high-performance machine. This wasn't just another health kit. It was a complete system built from all my past mistakes. These aren't just my personal failures. They're predictable traps almost every entrepreneur falls into. This chapter is about spotting the patterns that silently wreck your progress. Trap number 1, the all or nothing trap. The trap, going all in with extreme solutions, expecting overnight transformation. Why it kills progress? Your body doesn't work that way. Extreme changes trigger survival responses that fight back against your efforts. My experience? After my breathing crisis in 2006, I created an extreme plan. Complete diet overhaul overnight, 2-hour workout 6 days a week, 0 bad foods, 2 months of misery, then a total crash that left me worse than when I started. The carnivore entrepreneur counter. The 80-20 rule. Focus on the vital 20% that delivers 80% of the results. In relation to a healthy body, this means identifying the few key habits that create the majority of your health outcomes. For most entrepreneurs, these vital 20% actions include protein-first nutrition, getting adequate protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight at each meal, sleep optimization, creating a consistent sleep schedule with 7 to 8 hours of quality rest, strength training, 2 to 3 focused sessions per week with progressive overload, stress management, daily practices like breathwork or meditation. These 4 habits alone will deliver 80% of your health results. Everything else, supplements, different training techniques, meal timing, falls into the other 80% of stuff that only contributes to 20% of the results. These are the cherries on top, not the foundation. But the 80-20 rule is also about balance. 80% great habits with 20% planned treats. The key is plan, being intentional with the 20%. Then you don't beat yourself up causing stress. You also have rewards to look forward to. Over time, you find your rewards becoming healthier too. For a deeper dive into the 80-20 approach, see Chapter 1, Eating Like a Carnivore Entrepreneur, and Chapter 3, Mastering High Intensity Training. Action step. Pick your current health goal and identify one habit that would deliver the biggest impact. Focus only on that for 14 days before adding anything else. Trap number 2, the information overload trap. The trap, consuming endless health information leading to analysis paralysis. Why it kills progress? Beyond a certain point, more information leads to worse outcomes through decision fatigue and perfectionism. My experience? I've spent thousands on books, courses, and programs. I had dozens of PDF guides saved. The result? Complete paralysis. I had so many conflicting opinions in my head that I couldn't take action. The carnivore entrepreneur counter. The 3-source rule. Limit yourself to 3 quality information sources for any topic. When you find a 4th, remove one of the existing 3. For a practical application of this principle, see Chapter 5, Biohacking for Peak Performance, where I share how to filter the noise and focus on what truly matters. Action step. List all your current health information sources. Choose the top 3 and temporarily set aside the rest. For the next 30 days, focus on implementation instead of more research. Trap number 3, the energy management trap. The trap, pushing through fatigue, treating willpower as unlimited. Why it kills progress. Willpower is a limited resource, not just a character trait. When you push through, you're borrowing tomorrow's energy to pay for today's work. There are times when pushing through is necessary. I get it, like during a genuine crisis or when an urgent and important deadline is pressing. But these should be rare exceptions, not your default operating mode. If everything is planned and executed properly, you should rarely need to push through fatigue. My experience? In 2018, I juggled starting a business, moving house, getting married, and keeping a full-time job. My approach? Just push harder. I cut sleep to 5 hours, skipped meals, and lived on caffeine. I seemed productive until my body rebelled with a serious back injury. The carnivore entrepreneur counter, the energy first framework. Track energy, not just time. Work with your body clock. Make recovery non-negotiable. For a complete breakdown of this framework, see Chapter 9, Energy Stacking, Building a Daily Routine for High Performance. Action step. For 1 week, track your energy level, 1 to 10, every hour alongside your productivity. Identify your natural high energy periods and rebuild your schedule around them. Trap number 4, the social environment trap. The trap, trying to transform your health without addressing your social environment. Why it kills progress. Your chance of becoming overweight increases by 57% if a friend becomes overweight. Christakis and Fowler, 2007. Healthy habits spread through social networks in predictable patterns. My experience? When I first heard you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, I dismissed it. But whenever my social circle changed, my health habits shifted in that direction too. This must start with your closest, most immediate relationships. The carnivore entrepreneur counter, the influence audit. List the 5 people you spend the most time with and honestly assess their impact on your health behaviors. Add positive influences before subtracting negative ones. For more on designing environment that supports your health goals, see Chapter 10, Building an Environment for Success. Action step. Identify one health-aligned community you could join this week. Mine is my gym. Love the guys there and what they do. Proper family-run business. Trap number 5, the measurement trap. The trap, measuring the wrong things, confusing surface level numbers with what really matters. Why it kills progress. Focusing on weight rather than how you feel, calories rather than food quality, workout frequency rather than actual improvement. My experience. In 2015, I became obsessed with weight loss. I weighed myself multiple times daily and tracked every calorie. I lost weight but felt terrible. My energy crashed and strength declined. Ironically, my performance actually improved. I doubled my wage in 2 years after sorting my health and escaping the comfort trap. This success came at a cost. In 2016, I ruptured 3 ligaments in my right ankle during a run, a serious injury that forced me to reassess my approach to health metrics. The carnivore entrepreneur counter, the performance hierarchy. Focus on what truly matters: energy, recovery quality, mental clarity, work capacity, before getting caught up in numbers that don't tell the whole story. For a detailed explanation of the right metrics to track, see Chapter 3, Mastering High Intensity Training, and Chapter 6, Bulletproofing Your Body. Action step: create a simple daily tracking system with these 4 metrics: energy, 1 to 10, nutrition quality, 1 to 10, mental clarity, 1 to 10, and productivity, 1 to 10. Track these daily for 2 weeks. Download the Focus and Flow journal, where you can track on there for free by scanning the QR code or type bookresources.thecarnivoreentrepreneur.com in your browser. Trap 6, the technology dependence trap. The trap: outsourcing body awareness to technology, weakening natural physical signals. Why it kills progress? The more you outsource your body awareness to technology, the less connected you become to your actual physical signals. This creates data overload that often leads to anxiety rather than useful insights. My experience? In 2017, I owned 7 different health tracking devices. My phone had 12 health apps, and yet my actual health was getting worse. The carnivore entrepreneur counter, the 80-20 tech rule. Identify the 20% of your tracking tools that provide 80% of the actionable insights. Schedule regular tech fasts to rebuild internal awareness. For more on using technology without being used by it, see Chapter 5, Biohacking for Peak Performance. Action step: conduct a 7-day technology audit. List every health app and device you currently use. Place each one in 3 categories: essential, helpful, or dispensable. Delete the dispensable category immediately. Trap number 7, the consistency trap. The trap: expecting perfect consistency, then giving up when you slip. FYI, this is not consistency. Keeping promises to yourself builds consistency. It also builds confidence. Why it kills progress? The pursuit of perfect consistency leads to all or nothing thinking that derails progress when you miss a day. My experience? After my back injury, I tried to maintain a perfect training schedule. When I missed a session due to business travel, I'd abandoned the entire routine for weeks. The carnivore entrepreneur counter, the 2-day rule. Never miss twice in a row. If you miss a day, make it your absolute priority to get back on track the next day. For more on building sustainable habits, see Chapter 9, Energy Stacking, Building a Daily Routine for High Performance. Action step: review your last 30 days. Identify one habit you've been inconsistent with. Commit to the 2-day rule for the next 30 days. The 7-day trap escape challenge. Here's a simple 7-day challenge to escape the traps that derail entrepreneur health. Day 1, identify your current trap. Honestly review the 7 traps. Identify which one you're currently falling into. Write down 3 specific examples of how this trap is affecting you. Day 2, apply the counter principle. Implement the specific carnivore entrepreneur counter for your trap. Start with the smallest possible action. Document how it feels different from your previous approach. Day 3, create a trap prevention system. Design one simple system to prevent falling back into this trap. Make it so easy you can't fail. Connect it to an existing habit. Quick prevention examples. All or nothing. Define your minimum viable day. The absolute minimum to consider the day successful. Information overload. Set a 30-minute timer for health research, then take 1 action. Energy management. Create a daily recovery ritual at the same time each day. Social environment. Schedule 1 weekly health-aligned connection, like a gym session with a colleague or friend. Measurement. Do a weekly feelings check-in, rating energy, sleep, and mental clarity. Technology dependence. Designate 1 tech light day per week to practice listening to your body. Consistency. Use a simple calendar to track habits with the never miss twice rule. Day 4, share your commitment. Tell 1 trusted person about your trap and your plan to escape it. Ask for their support and accountability. Schedule a check-in with them in 7 days. Day 5, stack a second counter. Add a second counter principle from another trap. Connect it to your first counter. Notice how they work together. How to stack counters. Choose a second trap you occasionally struggle with. Pick its simplest counter principle. Connect it to your existing habit. For example, After my breakfast or morning tea, I'll do 5 minutes of breath work. This creates a habit chain that is harder to break. Example, if you're escaping the all or nothing trap with a minimum viable day plan, add the energy management counter by scheduling a 5 p.m. recovery ritual. These work together because your minimum viable day becomes easier when you know you have recovery built in. Day 6, document your progress. Measure the impact of your changes. Notice any unexpected benefits. Identify what's working and what needs adjustment. Day 7, design your long-term trap prevention. Create a 30-day plan to maintain your progress. Build in checkpoints and rewards. Connect your success to your bigger wealth vision. Beyond traps, the path forward. Understanding common traps is good. Applying this knowledge consistently creates transformation. As you move forward, remember these principles. Progress beats perfection. Small, consistent steps beat occasional perfect days. Personalization is essential. The optimal approach for someone else might be wrong for you. Trust your body's feedback. Integration creates multiplication. When your physical health, mental well-being, and business performance align, they create compounded returns. True, lasting wealth. Environment shapes outcomes. Your success depends more on designing supportive environments than on perfect willpower. Recovery is productive. The highest performers aren't those who work the most hours. They're those who recover most effectively between periods of intensity. Your body is constantly giving you feedback. Pay attention, adjust course, keep moving forward. That's the carnivore entrepreneur way. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You are a carnivore entrepreneur. Live life how it was supposed to be lived on your terms with strength, energy, and purpose. I'll see you on the next episode.